Look at that big branch. Holy shit. It's been dead a while though. Found it over there. But anyways guys, how's she going today? Pretty cool out. Yeah, it's pretty cool out. I don't know why. It just freaking is. Hey, I gotta sneeze. Okay. So today is. Pull my phone out. It's the 10th of September. You know, whatever. And it looks like it wants to piss rain, like terribly. It's 56 right now, but it's supposed to get up to 58, but that's not gonna happen. Pretty close though, but. So, anyways, I see. When was I'm gonna look that up. Well, the last time I mowed, it was on a Sunday. So just this last Sunday I mowed. So not that long ago. And I had to mow again, simply because my grass is growing like effing crazy now for some freaking stupid reason. Probably because of all the rain we've had. We've had lots of rain the last couple of weeks and stuff, and some decent weather. And so I just got done mowing again. Just like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. Just got done mowing. And I did a little bit of trimming too. I don't bother really doing a lot of trimming. So, but yeah, I had to mow again because the grass was growing like crazy, and I figured, well, the way it was looking out here, like it wanted to rain again, even though I don't think it's supposed to. But when it was mowing, it was kind of spitting here and there a little bit. Not too bad though, but I was like, meh. Well, you know, another thing too is that if you let your grass get tall, like the neighbor's freaking yard, I get a lot of hay everywhere, and I don't like that. So that's why I usually like to try to mow as much as possible. I don't want to mow so much that I kill it, but I want to mow it enough where I don't have to deal with all the tall grass and everything everywhere. So, of course, now we got leaves to deal with. Got these stupid leaves all over the place now to deal with. They're slowly falling off and slowly getting chewed up, but it's just, you know, I really am thinking about maybe getting a bagger for the John Deere next year, because, to tell you the truth, I was thinking about getting a lawn sweeper. It would be the cheapest route to go, but to be honest, I don't know if it would be worth it, because there's so much for leaves here and shit, you know. I just think, you know, another thing too is that the sweepers are smaller than the baggers that I was looking at. I'm still debating if I want to get one from John Deere, a 17 bushel. They make a 7 bushel too, but it might be a little bit too small for this yard. Especially when I get a lot of leaves and shit, I think going with a 17 bushel would be better. Or I could get a pull type from DR, a pull type shredder vac thing. A little more expensive. They do make small models and of course the big large models, but the last time I looked at their website, which was about a year ago, I really wasn't too happy with the new designs that they came out with. I just wasn't digging it. I like the older ones better. So I don't really know what to do. I like DR's products, but you know, I don't really care for the new design on their sucker vacs. You know, like I said, it's more money too. So I think getting a bagger for the John Deere would just, or you know, a John Deere bagger would just be the best route to go. So, because I'm just getting kind of fed up with these leaves. I mean, I get every day that goes by I get more frustrated with these leaves because, man, they just keep coming. So, and it's time consuming when you have to blow them into a windrow and then chew them up, because if you just try to chop them up as they are now, you really wouldn't get anywhere. You'd spend more time just fucking around than you would actually chopping anything up. So I always just like to blow everything into a windrow, like the leaves and stuff, and then I'll just go in reverse and chop the leaves up that way. It works. I mean, it works damn good, but I did that last year and it was kind of frustrating. Of course, I think I was getting a little impatient. Well, I was going out every time there would be a good layer of leaves on the ground, then I would go out and chop them up. I could wait till the whole thing is done, but then, it might be a little bit too much for the John Deere. It may not blow them into a windrow good enough, so I just like to try to wait till there's a thin layer, then chop them up. But that's kind of time consuming. I think it would be better with just a bagger. Bag it all up at one, just go around it once and be done with it, Just make one row and be done with it instead of or one around instead of fucking with them, So I gotta clean off my little, I gotta clean my freaking shop out again too. Stupid BS. Stupid BS. So, yeah. But I got a question to ask for you guys. Now, I'm not really, don't know if I should be concerned about it because it's been happening before. Does your tractor, now if you guys have a tractor, like a mowing tractor or something like that, and it runs off, it's water cooled or antifreeze cooled, whatever, like mine is. I know some of you guys have air cooled machines, but mine's, antifreeze cooled. So, do you guys ever have an issue with it getting low on antifreeze all the time? It's really starting to tick me off. Now, it doesn't do it all the time. I mean, I think it does last about a year and a half. Then it's fine for a year and a half. But now it's getting to the point now where it's low again. So I'm going to have to top it off. I still got some antifreeze left. So I think Big Red's getting a little bit low too, but I'm not too sure. He doesn't. For some reason, I've never really had to top off the four-wheeler's antifreeze. I think I did it once, but that was just because of the way they had it set from factory. They didn't have it. They had it printed for almost empty when I got it, so I was like, I don't like that too much. So I just kind of filled it up, And when I got the John Deere, well, the John Deere was at its, factory level, so that's just what I've been putting it at. But ever since, I don't know, it seems like about every year and a half, or how do I say it, every year and a half or something like that, it starts to go low on me. Now, it's not a big deal or anything, but I was just wondering if you guys have the same problem as I do, or if I got a problem. You really should be able to go a long time without having to really fill them up, or even touch them. So I don't know if I have a leak. I'm wondering if maybe I got a leak in the motor or something, it's leaking through a seal or something. I don't know. But I mean, like I said, it's good for a year and a half, and then all of a sudden it just slowly starts to go down. By the end of the season, it's already down. I mean, it's down to the add mark now, so that means I got to add more of it. So, but I figured, well, it wouldn't hurt it to run it at that level for now anyway. So, but I'll probably fill it up before the next mow, but don't know when that'll be. I hope maybe not for a long time, because this is ridiculous. I just mowed like a few days ago. But I don't want to have to deal with tall grass, so you think your grass would be slowing down quite a bit, and mine's still, I don't know. And what was funny, I don't think it happened here. Well, they were calling for it here too, but I don't think it ever happened. We were actually in for a frost warning. That's how freaking cold it got last night, but I don't know if it ever came this far up though. So, because I know Mom got up pretty early and she didn't say anything to me about frost being on the ground. So, which is usually not a good thing. You usually don't want frost yet because, well, I still got stuff in the gardens growing, So, I haven't really looked at the garden the last few days. I just don't really give a shit right now. So, because the weeds are not growing that bad in the garden now where I have to, you know, take this thing all the time and till them. They've actually slowed down quite a bit in there, so I don't have to maintain them as much as you would like in July, that time of the year when it's really hot and, you know, stuff likes to grow like crazy for some reason. So yeah. So I just wanted to know if you guys have that same problem or not. If you guys get low on antifreeze after a while. I don't know if antifreeze. I thought I heard that antifreeze, if it leaks past into the motor, you'd be blowing smoke. Can't remember if it was white smoke or black smoke or blue smoke. Can't remember which one it was now, but it was smoke anyway. And I don't have that issue. It's not smoking. The only time it smokes is black smoke, and that's when I rev the crap out of it. So, yeah. It's kind of funny how earlier, when I was letting the tractor just sit there, well, the tractor was just idling, and I went to go move it again. Well, I had to go blow the grass off the driveway, since I don't have a leaf blower. I just use the tractor. The tractor was at an idle, and I went and revved it up, and it blew a little bit of black smoke. But then, after revving it up a couple times, because I just like to rev the crap out of it, you know, maybe I guess I think it helps clean the carburetor out, you know, but I don't know if it does or not. But it cleans the lines out and stuff. And a couple times when I revved it up, it did blow some black smoke, but then after about 2 or 3 revs, it stopped. So the only way I can get it to rev after that point is if I go all the way up, you know, full throttle, bring it all the way down to a low idle, and then when the engine starts to sound like it's struggling, because that's just the way these engines are, they sound like they're struggling at idle. It's actually like under load or something, right? And I just rev it all the way back up, and it just blows black smoke again. So I either do that, or I set the tractor to idle, and I just turn the deck on, put a load on it. That usually makes it blow some smoke too. Another way I noticed too is if you stand on it in reverse and then you rev it up at the same time, that makes some black smoke too. Not by much, but a little more than what it normally would be. So, because there's already kind of a good load there. So, but I don't know. I don't know if it's leaking. If it was leaking on a hose or something, you would know about it, because it would just be, there'd be antifreeze on everything, and there ain't. You know, my tractor's dirty, but it's also pretty clean too. You know, it's got dust and leaves and shit all over it, but it doesn't have oil and grease and antifreeze all over it. You know, it's a pretty clean tractor. So I don't know. Is it a possibility that maybe it's leaking past seals somewhere in the motor that grew real slow, and I'm just not noticing the smoke, or what? I don't know. The only damage that I think that I could remember of that maybe could have caused this issue was back when I first got it, and it was a really dry fall. Of course, I was chopping leaves and shit too. I think it was. I can't really remember, but it was just so dry, and dusty, and a lot of grass and stuff was flying everywhere. And I actually plugged the screens on the tractor, and that caused my tractor to almost overheat. It didn't overheat, but it was pretty damn close to overheating. But it wasn't in the red zone, but it was getting pretty close. I guess the tractor can run at those temperatures, but once it gets in the red, then that's an issue. But that's the only time I could think of. After that, I've been keeping my eye on it, you know. And it kind of sucked too, because that's from what my friend says, since that's a Kawasaki engine, can't really remember now. Well, it's a Japanese engine, and I guess apparently they're made out of aluminum or something. And from what my friend was saying, that aluminum engines hate heat. They can't stand it when you overheat them. I guess it can crack the block or whatever. So that kind of, at the time I didn't know. I didn't really know if it was aluminum or not. But I still wasn't very happy that she was pretty close to being overheated, because, you know, it only had like probably 5-10 hours on it, if even freaking that, you know. And brand new engine. I'm still breaking her in, and here I'm already overheating the bitch, you know. So it kind of pissed me off, but ever since then I've been keeping an eye on my screens and keeping an eye on my temperature gauge. So, but yeah, that's the only time I can think of maybe that I could have caused some damage was that when it got pretty hot. Because in other words, and I don't know what's causing my issue. But I mean, if it's normal for them to do that, then I guess I don't have nothing to worry about. But like I said, it's fine for like a year and a half, you know, or whatever, and then it just all of a sudden starts to drop. Like the engine's burning it, or I got a small leak somewhere, or it just disappears. I don't know. So, but if you guys know anything about that, let me know, because I mean, if it's an issue, it's probably going to have to get looked at. But I think what's going to end up probably happening anyway is throughout the winter, I'm going to be buying parts for the John Deere anyway. I got to get a new air filter, fuel filter, oil, hydraulic filter. You know, I got to get like a whole new kit for it. So the John Deere definitely needs a wake-up call. Definitely needs to be rebuilt pretty much, because never got any new stuff for it in the like 5-6 years that I've had it. So I think the John Deere could probably really use a good cleaning. Might even do a flush on it too. Really get it clean, because I think it desperately freaking needs it. The Ford needs the same thing too. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Just over the winter months, I'll just stock up on parts, and then yeah, then after that, I'll just once spring comes, I'll just tear her apart and put some new parts in her. You know, she never got any new engine oil this year, just because I didn't have the money to do it. And from what the book says, you can go full 100 hours before changing it. Well, I don't put on 100 hours a year, so you know, I mean, I really could probably go 2 years without having to change it, but I just like to have fresh, clean oil in my engines all the time. You know, so I just like working that way. So, and plus when I last looked at it, it wasn't even black. So why change it if it ain't black? You know, it was still the original golden color. You know, from new oil look. So why change it? But it could have been going black too from the break-in periods too. You know. I don't know. So, there goes another truck hauling vans again. So I don't know if he's got his signs up yet or not. I haven't really been down that way to look, so I doubt it. But he probably had to order them. So, but yeah. So if you guys, let me know if you guys are having that same issue with their liquid-cooled engines. Like I am, because if it's normal, then I'm not going to worry about it. But I mean, if it's kind of a problem, then I kind of have to worry about it, you know. There's not much I can do with it until probably next year anyway. So I mean, if it just naturally goes low, then I guess it just naturally goes low. Then it's not a problem. But you know, if it's actually leaking somewhere, then it's probably going to have to be taken in and completely, you know, they're going to have to tear the block apart or whatever and fix whatever's leaking, I guess. But like I said, I don't notice any smoke. I don't notice any leaks anywhere, you know, and stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of like a mystery to me, but I'm sure someone out there can tell me what's the deal with it. So, but yeah. So if you guys know, let me know, because I don't really know. It could just be the way it is, you know, which is, you know, if that's just the way it is, then it's just the way it is. It's not an issue then, but, you know, I'm going to have to get more antifreeze probably come next year. Well, I should have enough to last me a couple more years. I really don't touch the stuff, honestly, so, like I said, I can go like a year and a half or so without having to refill it, so, or add to it. I've never changed the antifreeze in those machines, so, even though I would like to, but, you know, some people say that you don't have to unless it, you know, if it looks dirty, then change it. Well, to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to tell if it's dirty or not because the bottle itself is dirty. You know, the sight glass, you know, or whatever that you put the antifreeze in. See, mine are just plastic containers, but they got marks on them, you know, to show the levels. Well, they're getting kind of dirty, so. Well, the container is. I guess you could just clean the container, but I've already tried. So, whatever. I guess if it gets too dirty, I'll just have to have it replaced. You know, just put a new one in and be good again. But I'll probably try to hit it with some soap and water and see if that'll clean it up good enough so I can see it again. But the foiler is actually pretty muddy right now. The bottle on that thing because it's right there in the open, so it just gets all the mud and shit on it. So that definitely needs to be cleaned. But the last time I seen that was slightly low, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to add anything to the foiler. I'm not going to really worry about it too much. I don't know why the John Deere's got that issue gets bigger. I don't. I mean, I've only topped it off once, I think, as far as I can remember. So, I don't know. So, yeah. It's been a little while since I've had this thing up and running. So, it's tiller. But, I did use it that one day to work that dirt there a little bit, so that's about it. Figures you don't have to be winterizing everything. I still got some stabilizer left over. Can't remember how much to add in that, but I'll make a video on that later. Because I can't remember how much to add in each machine. I think I could go back to some videos and look, but they're from like last year, and so it's kind of hard to find those videos now. So, yeah. So hopefully my grass will stay short now for a little while. I don't know. It looks like it wants to piss rain again. Which is what I not want because I don't want it to rain because my grass is already going to grow like crazy because of all the rain we've had. So yeah, and I did stripe it again. I think I kind of fucked up even worse this time, but I was kind of just giving her, you know, just giving her. So I don't think I'll be striping too much longer because now I'm going to be having leaves and I really can't stripe windrows, you know, just so I can have the stripe looked in the yard. It'd be way too time consuming to do that. So I'm just going to have to go in a big old circle and make my windrows that way. It's usually the way I do it, so. Made a video on that last year. Go check that out if you want to know how I did it. I'll probably do it again this year, but I did it last year, so. But, I just go into like a big circle. I just, you know, pick a section of yard and I want to chop leaves in, and I just blow all that into a straight windrow, and I move to, you know, section to section. I don't do the whole thing at one time. I think it would be a little bit too much for the John Deere. So, but yeah, I'm kind of just getting tired of dealing with these leaves. I think it'd be better to just, you know, wait to the very end and bag them up or something, you know. Because you know, I mean, some people probably like that look of leaves because it gives it that fall Halloween look. You know, yeah, I don't like it. I like a nice, clean, neat yard, you know. So if I had a bagger on the tractor, you know, if I had a bagger on the tractor, I could still pick up leaves, and then I can still straighten my yard at the same time, you know. I think a pull type would be a little harder because then you would have to make such wide turns, and that would look kind of stupid. So, but yeah. So, yeah, I just don't really care for the look of the leaves. I mean, the way it's been going over here, it snows, you know, quite early. You know, so I mean, it snows usually around here. It usually starts snowing around October. Like it doesn't stay or anything, but you will get a few flakes here and there. But usually when that stuff starts to fly, I just shut all the summer equipment down and be done with it for the year, you know. Last year we kept the tractor going until about Christmas because I just want to see how it would do for cold starts, and it did fine. So even though I don't think I'll be using it for snowblower work, but it's nice to know that it will start on me if you know, as long as the battery's maintained good, which it is on a, you know, tender all winter long. And the four-wheeler's probably going to have to be put on it too. Even though I drive that thing every day pretty much in the wintertime to plow snow. You know, I just like to keep it on a tender anyway. So, and the car battery's on a tender. I haven't even started the car yet this year. I kind of want to, but I guess if it blows up, it blows up. You know, fuck it, who cares? Just let the bitch blow up. So, yeah. So anyways, guys, I guess I'll probably take off. I don't want to bore you guys with any more of my bullshit stories. Because there is none. You know, I've already asked you guys a question, so, about the tractor. So, that's about it. I guess I'll have to just go in and edit this video for tomorrow. Because I got a video for today already, so, yeah. Freaking cold out. Good. I hate dealing with leaves when it's cold out. Ooh, man, I've done that a few times. Ooh. Freaking, I'm already out there picking up leaves, and it's like 30 degrees out, and you're freaking, you know, picking up and chopping leaves. Like, really? Oh, I've done it when it's fucking cold out. I don't like it. So, because I don't like leaves. It just makes a mess. Yeah, they're gone by next year, but still, well, they're all winter long. But by spring, they start rotting away because the snow is melting on them. So, just don't like it. I want them gone. I want them out of here. So this tree is getting pretty close to, it's already dropped some of its leaves already. So it's still got a little bit more yet to go. But, oh boy, when this tree starts to shred, this isn't going to be good. Yeah. It's not too bad, but yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget about the little white one too. Oh yeah, don't forget about that one. Look at all that. And I got a little white tree there in front of my house too. All that shreds freaking leaves, and it's a nightmare when this stuff starts to fall. It's almost like what Bill T-Max has got to go through. You know, he had to build himself a big ass bagger just to even collect all his shit. You know, I wouldn't mind building myself one too, but I don't have the engine to do it, and I don't have all that other fancy shit, so I'm just better off buying something. Probably just get one from John Deere or something, 17 bushel, it should be fine. So, yeah, leaves are I just hate leaves. So, of course, when they pile up along the buildings and shit, because they fall off the roof, and they sit on your roof too. Which, they'll blow away from the wind, but I'm still debating if I want to take this tree down or here, this one that's leaning. I don't think it's in the way of the power. There is a power line, or, the power line for my pole light's right there, if you can see it, I don't know. Right there, that's the power line for my pole light, so I don't think that tree would hit it. I don't like leaners. I really hate leaning trees. It's not leaning to anything important, but, it's the fact that if it should snap when someone's like mowing or plowing snow or something, they're going to get whacked by it. But, I think I'll let it go for this year, unless I get antsy and I want to do something, but for now, I think that's going to be the end of her. When the leaves start to change colors, there goes a leaf. Oh, some leaves are already committing suicide. Yeah, then I got to deal with these guys. This guy's shitty leaves as well. They all fall into my yard. They never stay on his property. They always fall on my property, Like, really. So it gets a little frustrating when you got to clean up your shit and then plus your neighbor's shit, because all his shit will blow into my side of the yard. So, yeah, this tree's got a lot of shredding to do too. So, well, yeah, I'm going to have to get a bagger or something for the John Deere next year. Because I just don't really know how much longer I can take this crap, It's getting a little frustrating, makes a mess and everything too, so, yeah, it looks like it wants to rain, so. Yeah, as long as it's not severe, I ain't going to care about it too much, so. Looks like it's severe, but I don't think it is. It's too cool to be having severe weather. So, yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. I do apologize for a boring, crappy video. I have one more thing, too. Just one more quickie thingy, too. I'm I'm thinking about getting a new camera for YouTubing. I found another cheap $150 one. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit bigger than what this one is, but not by much. This camera here is a 5x zoom. The other one's a 10x zoom. It's still 1080p, so you know I back it down to 720 when I edit my videos, because unless it's a short video, then I'll do 1080p. But once you get into these 30-minute videos, I just make them 720 for the quickest editing and uploading. So, but I'm thinking about getting a new camera. I'm going to put the link below to it, and you guys can check it out. Tell me if you guys think it's a good camera. It's new to the market. It's just been released, I guess, because it's got 0 stars. Because this camera I think is getting wore out. It needs a new battery. The zoom's shit in it, and then the little screeny thing, so I can see myself, you know, is like loose. If you can hear the banging going on, that camera always kind of did that, but it's getting loose, and I can't tighten it, so I think this camera's just, you know, this camera's getting pretty tired, I think, guys. I've had it for about 4 years, and it's been the hell and back. I've dropped it a few times. It's got a big chunk taken out of the chrome thing around the lens, and this camera's pretty shot. Maybe I'll just give it to Mother. She can use it for taking pictures or something. But for someone that does a lot of videos, you know, these cameras probably get wore out pretty quick, so it's only about 150 bucks. I don't really think I need like a 400. I mean, it would be nice to have a big camera too, but 10 times zoom would be a little bit better than this, but not by much. But at least it would last me another 4 years, you know. And I'm not going to really probably take it out in the wintertime, I don't think. I probably could, but that's how I kill my battery so damn soon. So, but yeah, I'll put the link to that. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you think of that camera. It's going to be a lot better than I think what this one here is. And I've had this camera for a lot of years, so I think she's getting a little tired. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.